guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are in China for the second race of the season, and let's get into the race weekend in China. So I've already banged out all the practice sessions, car felt really good, but let's get into qualifying. So on our first lap, run a bit over the curb on that side. Not a very good first few corners. Obviously the car we thought was going to be suited to this track, not as much, maybe working my setup a little bit, but taking the wrong line through that corner, going over the hill, and we brake nice and we're going to take that hairpin. Okay, needed to run out wide a bit more, but we go around the flat out slash lift right left hander, go right hander, go round and round, turn left into this little section bit that I always struggled on, and a bit right there, and then we power down this bit, take a brake, turn left, go up and right, and then we accelerate straight onto the main slash straight, and as we build up the power we run a little bit deep there, but we open our DRS system, powering down the main straight, 206, 208 miles an hour, slam on the brakes, turning nice and early for the hairpin, but as we go around the final corner we take it not that great, actually not too bad, and we run wide a bit, and then that is our lap. That puts us in P3, but will it last? We don't know, we might have to do another lap, and we end up having to do another lap. We go down to P19 and accidentally press the wrong button on the controller, but as we go round this twisty section we gain a lot of time. We're already 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths up on our first lap, and if we accelerate out the corner we are 5 tenths up on our first lap, nearly 6 tenths lap. We slam on the brakes, turn in, run a bit deep there, lose a bit of time. We are still 7 tenths, slip 6 tenths up. We do a nice line through here, run a bit wide, but we gain loads of time. Same in this section, we gain nearly a tenth. This section we run a bit offline. We go round, good exit. We don't run wide, we go powering down this bit, and we slam on the brakes to do a left-right sort of chicane area, and we now go on to the main straight where we are 1 second and nearly 5 tenths up. We run massively wide, make a little bit of a lift but not much. We open DRS, power down the main straight at nearly 210 miles an hour, slam on the brakes and turn in to the hairpin, lose a bit of time, but then we regain it on the exit, 1 second up on our previous best, go that nice corner, and we gain a bit wide though, and we gain a whopping 1 second 3 tenths, but see where it puts us. Oh, it's only good enough for P20, only good enough. That's so annoying. So we will start the race in P20, but let's see where everyone else got on the grid. So Hamilton's on pole, obviously it's Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel on the front row, but me and Nick are both knocked out. But importantly, I'm in front of Nick, so we outqualified our teammate by 3 milliseconds. Wow, that's a small time. But let's get into the race.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. Shanghai International Circuit then, a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests a driver's patience, and the flat, open to the elements location, tests their skill in a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and overtaking is available into turn 1, and of course down the kilometre-long back straight into the hairpin at turn 14. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Albon, Sebastian Vettel and Leclerc, Sainz, Ricciardo, Norris and Sergio Perez, Ocon, Stroll, Pierre Gasly and Kvyat, Magnussen, Grosjean, George Russell and Kimi Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, O'Reilly, Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
As we get into the race, we have 5 red lights, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix. We get a great start. We're pulling on the cars. We go for a little move down the inside. We're going to go down the inside of Raikkonen. Yes, we do. Massive, no half-hearted attempts here. And we go all the way down the inside of 4 cars, 5 cars. No, Norris just about squeezes us out. Can we go around the outside of Norris here? No, we can't. But 4 cars, we gained nearly 10 positions, 9 positions. We go down the inside of 3 cars to make us in P8, and we are on the medium tyre. We are overtaking soft runners. And well, we have a little bit of a bash with Perez. We try and go around the outside here on him. Yeah, it works out. Try and go down the inside of Ricciardo. We make it stick and we go on to the next part. We take a nice line through there. Trying to catch up to Sainz as much as we can, but we have to remember we do have limited fuel. And as we go to the left and the right, take a little bit of a lift, and as we power down into the main straight, we go to open the ice. No, it's not that good. So we try and catch Sainz as much as we can, but then I realise our setup on the car is not good, and so when we make a pit stop I might change it. But that is the first lap, and we did really well to get up from P20 or P19 on the grid to get to P8. Go good. Okay, Valtteri there, knock over the bollard, but that's the end of lap 1. And then we get into lap 4 because absolutely nothing happened through there. Much more brighter, and by the way, heads up, we are going to be skipping through a lot of this race because nothing really happened. We take a deep thing through here. Stroll has a little bit of a look. We try and cut him off, but luckily he doesn't get past. But we did cut him off quite aggressively, so yes. Sebastian Vettel goes into the pits, 3 position for us, but Perez is right on the back of us. Will he go for a move? Down the outside or down the inside? We run massively wide, but have a great braking point, and he goes down the inside, but doesn't quite make it stick. We squeeze him out on the outside, and we give him the room have a little bit of contact, but not much. But that is it for our fight with Perez. Or will he come back at us? No, he won't. But we've run deep through here. He goes down the inside, but we left him no run at all. That is totally our fault then, and hopefully he doesn't have wing damage, because that is totally our fault. We didn't see him coming, and we turned in on him. But I think that is it for our fight with Perez. And as we go round this section, we are going to go on the back straight. But that was a great fight with Perez into the first few corners. Really good fight. But yes, let's see what else plays out. We're on lap 5, we have loads to go. As we move on to lap 6, Ocon is right behind us. Not Perez, Ocon. He sends one round the outside. Let's see if we can get him back on the main straight. I have a little bit of a glitch on my recording system. And we go down the inside, and Stroll follows us through, and we get ahead of Ocon. As you see, we changed our when we pit, we are going to change our brakes, front wing to oh no, actually, they just crashed. Stroll crashed into the side of me, spun round and hit Gasly. Wow. Sorry to interrupt, but wow, that is mad. Well, we already had a crash on lap 9, and we have Bottas right behind us. Right behind us. Is he gonna... He's gaining. This is where when we pit, we're going to change our front wing down. We try and swerve a bit to put him off centre, and he doesn't go for a move. But that's really bad, because we run deep and he goes down the inside, but doesn't quite make it stick. But you see, we have a massive power deficit on the straights, and aero, not a very great line through there, run on the grass a bit, so that is why we're going to change our setup a bit down. But we go back onto lap 11, and we are going to box this lap. Our tyre wear is at 50% on our worst tyre, and Bottas is right behind us. Let's see if we can keep Bottas behind us before we pit. We aggressively cut across him, pushes him back a bit, but as we go powering down this bit, he's not close enough to have a move. He is 7 tenths behind us. Let's see if we can keep him behind for the rest of the straight, but let's see what happens. We have a bit of front wing damage, but we don't want to repair it. That's why we keep running deep through here, and we have to cut a bit off there. But as Bottas tries to go for a move on us right here, so because he's in the Mercedes, he caught up a lot. Is he going to go for a move on the straight? Because obviously we are right behind him. He's right in our gearbox. We are going to turn the car up to Rich and overtake and see if he can get past us. Hopefully he can't, because we need to be pitting in front of him. But Bottas tries to go, we try and swerve him to put him off centre, and he tries to go around the outside. We block off and defend the inside line, so we can just whoop, switch back, and we are straight through the inside. But as we pit, let's see where we feed out. We are 30 seconds behind the race leaders, but obviously we're in a back marker car. No, I don't think anybody else pits. So as we go into the pit lane, nearly got a penalty, but we're dropping positions. P9, P10, P11, we are going to be so behind. But let's see how fast our pit stop can be, so that we're not really far behind. But let's see, as we go into the pit box, we accelerate, and that was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. As we go down, we try and not get damage this time, and no, we don't. Thank goodness for that. Absolutely thank goodness. And we go round the outside. No, yeah, just about, and we make that move stick, but we go all the way trying to catch up to Stroll. Obviously we have a massive advantage now, for our car at least, on the straights like that, and we gain on that so much on the corner exit. A little bit of a glitch, and then we go around this long left-hander, go around the right-hander, and we are catching up so much. I think we might have a go at him on the straight. Might not, we might be a bit too far away, but let's see if we can catch up to him. We will hopefully have DRS. Yes, we will have DRS, because we are 6 tenths away from him in the DRS detection point. A massive advantage going through that. But yellow flags, and who's out of the session? Antonio Giovinazzi. Thank goodness it's not our teammate. That'd be a nightmare. 2 races in a row. And let's see, little bit of a screen glitch there. We go down the inside and we make that stick. But as we go on to the next lap, or I might fast forward it, and we take a nice line to there, run a bit wide, but everyone hits. And on lap 28, literally nothing happened from there. Everybody just pitted, but we had a little bit of a fight with Ocon, but that is it for the rest of the race. It was a bit of a short one, but nothing happened that race. Really boring race. Have an orange front wing, but it wasn't a very good race, quite boring. But as we go across the line, we are in P6. Sorry about the screen glitch.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
And we get driver of the day. How amazing.
There'll be many smiles in the factory after that one. A great race and a real team performance to take the win here in Shanghai. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So we have Lewis Hamilton P1, Max Verstappen P2, and Valtteri Bottas P3. And Lewis Hamilton lifts the trophy this race, and Mercedes have started their dominance already. But as they spray the champagne over everyone, we remember that we were amazing today. P20, P19 to P6. We just have to remember, for us as a team, that is an amazing achievement and absolutely amazing. But we have a little bit of a sort of problem, but the amazing thing is, look at Mick Schumacher, his first ever point in our team. Amazing. It clearly sees that team is moving up in the grid, but as you see, I get the driver of the day. But the back marker teams have clearly stepped up and have been a bit lucky, because look, Haas, Kevin Magnussen P8 and Danny Kvyat in AlphaTauri is in P9, and obviously the Renault is in P7. That is really good for our midfield slash back marker teams. But that was a great result, not a very exciteful race, but a great result for our team, and hopefully going into the next race, because we have 9 points in that race alone. But as I have 10 points, Mick Schumacher has 1, P14 and P8 in the Drivers' Championship, and the Constructors, we are in P6 with 11 points to our name. But let's get into the interview.
Fans really seem to enjoy that. You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Yeah, when it comes to when chassis, it's amazing. There's no secret, it's about having a great team and car.
Do you have any comments about the collisions?
The wear on my car was making it a bit unpredictable.
Appreciate your time.
But as we finish that, we go to the team HQ, we get an upgrading, and we have activities, and we are doing well. We are going to be fighting with Renault and AlphaTauri next race in the Netherlands for the Dutch GP. But that was an amazing race for us in the end. But as we noted, we have a new sponsor, so I will think about that before the next race, and hopefully that will be good for the next race. But as we do our activities, we go for a chassis equipment upgrade, a driver promotion filming, and a sponsor advertisement vehicle. And that is the end of our episode for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I really hope you enjoy this semi-new series that I'm starting. And goodbye, and I'll see you in the Netherlands.